Hey, bitch. This is like the most uncomfortable chair in the fucking world. So I've been like thinking all morning. I'm like embarrassed to tell you what's going on. Mostly though what it is that I messaged like all of my friends pretty much from back home. Like literally probably like everyone that I care about, right? I've messaged them all within this last week and I have heard nothing back from any of them at all. Like my best friends. Like my best friends in the whole world. Like the people who I would call if I dead ass like needed something. I get like everyone has their own life, but these are like my best friends. And I just feel like embarrassed almost. Like I sent two of my friends like a link to a new song that came out. They said nothing, absolutely silent. And like I like went in about how I like love this song, whatever, blah blah blah. And now I just feel like stupid for saying anything, you know what I mean? I just feel stupid. And then my other friend, who told her like, you know, like I'm really going through it, blah blah blah, like can I please talk to you sometime this week? And she was like, I'll call you tonight when I get off work. Never heard anything from her. And then we had like I had a Snapchat memory come up and she was in it, so I sent it to her. She opened it yesterday, never replied, never said anything. I don't know. I'm just feeling so lonely. Not even just like that I'm not feeling like lonely. I just feel so like, I don't know, you know, like I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be like, no, it's fine, fuck them, whatever. They'll get back to me when they can, but it's like, damn, like what did I do wrong? Like, am I hard to be around? Am I hard to talk to? Do they just like not want to talk to me? Especially my one, like my best friend. Like, I wish she would tell me like what is up. I don't know if you can hear that dump truck outside, so my apologies. But I just did a little bit of journaling and I've come to the conclusion that I was in fact overreacting because I texted 3 very busy young professionals in the middle of the week and I can't be upset with them for not answering. Especially my bestie. Like, why am I upset with bestie? I love her. And I fucking dropped this bombshell in her lap after lying to her for months, and like, she has a right to react however she wants, but at the end of the day, I love her. And I'll always take care of her and do whatever she needs because I love her. So I'm just gonna give her space. Why am I even telling you this? Oh, I know why I'm telling you. I was like, why did I fucking turn the camera on? Because it's time for a smoke sesh. Maybe after the dump truck is on. Today again, we're gonna be smoking on some Mystic Farm. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm gonna have to put a bar right across here so you don't see my titties. Let's get into it. I wish I had a different smoking apparatus. You can't really like rip the clouds with this, you know. I watched this documentary the other day and it's about people who lived in a flop house on the Bowery in New York in like the 90s. Honestly, it might have been the 80s, TBH. But it was just crazy. It was crazy. I have this image in my head of a traumatic moment of events in the movie of, I don't even want to say it. It was like awful. Like I could barely even, like it was awful. Anyway, man, I miss my homies though, man. Once I dye my hair, I'm always like, damn, like what a difference. Like I had no, like, you know what I'm saying? You see yourself every time, so the fade is so gradual, and then when you see it all like back again, you're like, whoa, like goddamn, so different from what you had. If you like crazy ass documentaries though, that one is a good one. The one about the Bowery. And then another good one is Dope Sick Love. That's like one of the actually the craziest movie I ever saw. Actually it's kind of hard to watch. If you have any like sort of like trauma with like addiction, I would not watch the movie I'm about to recommend. If you have any sort of issues with that, I probably wouldn't watch any of these movies, to be honest, because they all pretty much revolve around like very hardcore addictions. But Dope Sick Love, A Life of Crime, it was perhaps one of the best movies I've ever seen, but also one of the hardest movies to watch because I related so much to the situations that each of the individuals had like been in, you know what I mean? Like it shows them from like the 80s in New Jersey all the way to like growing up, and it just like feels too close to home almost. People on Twitter are fucking just stupid as fuck. Twitter is trash. Why, if you have a Twitter, you know that you're trash, okay? Why the fuck do y'all act like that? This chair is so uncomfortable. I'm obsessed right now with watching Anthony Bourdain's old show. It's like a cook's tour, I think is what it's called. It's so fucking good. He's so hot. He's so hot. So badly I want to like figure out what my business is gonna be, dude. Like I just think about it like all fucking day, all fucking night. Like, what am I gonna do? What am I fucking gonna do? What the fuck am I gonna do? It's like such an all-consuming thought. Like I just don't even know what to do. Like I think about it and I'm like, okay, do I want to get into like something to do with art? But then it's like I'm not committed like that. And then I'm like, well, I could do something like more physical, like open a store or something like that, or I could like start a business providing a service. I just don't know, man. I know like whatever it is, I just have to like decide on something and then like stick to it for like years, and like that's the only way to become successful at it. But it's just like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And then it's like, I don't know if I ended up putting it in the other day's vlog or not, but I was thinking about how like I have no interest in anything because all the things that I thought I was interested in, I was just like addicted to. And like, what do I do now? What the fuck do I do now? I have all these like aha moments where I think I've like figured it out and like discovered what it is I'm gonna do. And then I sit there the whole day and I think about like the reality of this plan and like try to write down every little detail of like what that job entails, and then it seems like I can come up with something better. The one thing that sounds kind of fun, okay, is cooking through David Chang's cookbook. I just want to meet David Chang really bad, and I feel like that might be a good way to get like some attention from him, to be honest, because I have such a crush on him. Well, I don't know if it's a real crush actually. I think it's just like admiration, because recently I've been thinking I'm a lesbian, so we'll have to wait and find out on that one. Not totally sure yet. Actually, I know I'm not a lesbian because I would tear Anthony Bourdain up, okay? That fucking little earring that he wears. I'd like to open up the discussion that Anthony Bourdain perhaps had an eating disorder. After watching a cook's tour, just like whenever someone continually like repeats and says a lot of things that I know I say to myself when I'm engaging in the eating disorder side of myself, right? And Anthony Bourdain says a lot of things that I say to myself, and I just wonder. He obviously already had other addictions as well, and you know how that shit goes. Total like side note right now, why the fuck does Advil look like a fucking M&M and have a sugar candy coating on the outside like an M&M? Is that safe? What's the purpose? Okay, side note, what happened between Emerald and Anthony Bourdain? I was like trying to Google it last night, and I've read Anthony Bourdain's books, but it said like somewhere in his books that he had like called out Emerald, and like there's like this beef between them, but I couldn't find anything on it, so what the fuck is that about? What if I did like a hospitality, like interview people in hospitality? I know a lot of people do that already specifically. That'd be so interesting, because what people always focus on in hospitality is like boring ass shit. The boring ass shit, okay? Like the fucking wine. The fucking chef only. Do you know what makes a restaurant fucking interesting? Is all the motherfuckers that work in there, bro. That is what makes it so interesting, okay? Like all the addictions floating around. Everybody who's cheating on each other, fucking each other. Everyone has their own style. Everyone drinks. Everyone has like definitely like an indulgent side and characteristic to them. People who are really good at it are definitely like schmoozy, like a little narcissistic, a little cray-cray. It's a male-dominated industry in some ways. Well, I don't know. Is hospitality a male-dominated industry? I know that women tend to make more, but who does it more? Because all the places I ever worked at, I certainly always worked with more boys than women, and the only time that wasn't true was when I was a host at this restaurant. But then I ended up working in the kitchen at that restaurant. I was the only girl for multiple years. Actually, that's not true. One of my besties worked there with me. Hey, shout out Shatavia. I would love that. I'm sure something like that exists, but I have like a specific way that I'm like thinking about it right now, right? And I think it would be interesting not only for people who like to cook, but also people who work in the hospitality industry. So and I would love to just interview chefs and shit like that. Like that sounds so fucking fun. Like recreate Anthony Bourdain's show, but based with regular old people and no training team or crew. That's actually such a good idea, dude. Like, am I about to do that? It'll probably be a mess the first few times I do it, but whatever. That seems like something that is nothing I've ever done before, will make me very uncomfortable, is complex, and I literally think that's exactly what I should do. That sounds like such a good challenge. Like, that sounds so fun. Like, such a good challenge. So now I'm wondering, like, how am I gonna figure this out? What am I gonna do? I'll just keep inviting David Chang on the show every time, and that's how I'll get in touch with him. Yeah, actually, this will be my first shout out. David Chang, come on, help me out, dude. Give me a little sponsor. Invite me to Momofuku. Come have dinner at my house. I live in Seattle. If you're ever in Seattle and you just want to stop by, or you want to go out to dinner in Seattle, I'll pay for it. I'll take you on a date. And you can bring your girl. And you can bring your babies. Miss Grace. Every time I see her, I'm like, damn. Literally, okay, I think what it is that she's with David Chang, so that makes her like hot, because you know she's like a bad bitch, okay?